Hi, this lesson is going to be about how to make an hourglass block. It's 4 triangles coming together at a point in the center. Sometimes it's called a quarter square triangle. If you put a little square appliqued or stitched on to the center, it's called a bow tie, but most commonly hourglass. And this is used in block number 2 that we're making. So let me show you how to make it. We're going to go down to the board. And this is made from half square triangles. And there was a video for the previous block on how to do that. We took 2 pieces of fabric, squares. We put them right sides together, drew a line down the center. Then some people are really good with 1/4 inches and they can just sew that. I like to mark that also and stitch on those lines and then cut on the center line, and we have 2 half square triangles, and that's what you need to make an hourglass. Now these are going to make this little block because we keep cutting it again. So the rule is, if you want a block to finish at 3 inches, you start with squares that are 4.5, an inch and a half larger. If I wanted this to finish at 6, I would cut 7.5 inch squares. It's easy, just add an inch and a half. It doesn't matter how big or how small. Now, once you have the 2 half square triangles, you're going to put them together again face to face, but you want to be careful not to put the same color to the same color. And you want to be, this is what you'd get. You'd get 2 more half square triangles. Not good. And then you also don't want to put them catty corner, because if you did that and sewed across, you would get 3 of one color, 1 of the other, and then the opposite on the other side. So sometimes that's actually called for in a pattern, and that's how you get that. But in this case, we want pink on brown on both sides. So you're going to lay that down like that, and this is where you want to nest your seams. Nesting means putting the seams together. They're both pressed toward the brown. When I press them, I press this one toward the brown and this one toward the brown. So when I put them like this, I have 3 layers of fabric on this side of the line and 3 layers of fabric on this side of the line. And when I push those together gently, just get to the kind of the center there and push those together, they touch, they kiss right underneath there. There's no space between them, and they're not overlapping. So once I've done that, I draw the same kind of lines that I did to make the half square triangle. Like that. I got carried away and did a little cutting here. So same thing, but this time going across the 2 colors. So this way and then on either side, and again you sew the outer lines and cut the inside lines, and that gives you your 2 sweet little hourglasses. But I've given you a little bit extra because these things don't come out perfectly. Mine don't. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to press this seam open. You can press it in one direction, you can press it in either side, you can open it up and press an open seam. Just for speed here, I'm just going to do it that way. So this is what it looks like on the back. I've pressed it one way randomly. Now, you know that I have never met a ruler I didn't like. And so I bought a set of these, and I want you to see, if you can come over here, Doug, that these have a cross on the diagonal, And this green is the 1/4 inch all the way around, which is why I like it. If you are in the Pennsylvania quilt group, I will bring these to our meetings and you're welcome to use them. I have them in a variety of sizes. So let's come back here. And I like this because you can see that I can actually see right where my point is and where the diagonals are. You can see I have dog ears. This side seems to stick out more, this a little bit less. And so I will just trim that with my rotary cutter. And it takes off dog ears. Whoops, let's get that right back where it belongs. It takes off anything hanging out beyond that 3.5. So when I'm done, it will, and you know, that isn't perfect there. I don't know if you can see, it's not perfect. It will be fine. We're not going to get worked up about millimeters here. So that, when it's trimmed, will match that. And we're going to use those. Now we're going to use these in our block, which is block number 2.